Hey guys, so this topic today is a very interesting topic where we talk about limited belief about your identity. So my friends that is with me, there's a speaker you see next to me, Victoria, and I will talk about that. We'll talk about ourselves and how. So this topic today is how we really get connected with our true identity. So welcome to Conquer the Mirror Demon. My name is Tanja Andersen, and I am your host. And to next to us, do we have my friend that is called Victoria. Hey, my friend, and welcome.
Hey, welcome. Thank you so much, Tanya, for putting this on. I am so honored to be a part of it and just to serve everyone that's here in the best way possible to hold each other high.
All right, amazing. So, guys, Victoria and I, it's the first time we see each other on Zoom, and it was a very hot moment. And I noticed my breakdown because I'm in breakdown with you guys for 10 minutes. And that is not me showing me up in my best leadership because I'm in breakdown with you guys in 10 minutes. So we can't say a lot of excuse that was like, the speaker don't get all the information, the speaker need this, the speaker need that, I need this, I pick that. That is just an excuse. Everything is a choice, and we choose everything. What is important is not about I'm missing some information or I need to be more connected. It's not about that. It is a choice, and it's a mirror into where we get to grow to be the next version of ourselves as into our identity as a being, and we'll stand for that identity, who we are. Because one of the things I have learned through this summit, and it's interesting we get to talk about identity, is one of the breakdown that I have shown up in connection with speakers and connection with people in life is not really honor who I am. And who I am is not everyone's cup of tea because I'm straight to the point in message, in voice message. I'm not sugarcoating. I hate fucking to sugarcoat, and it freaked me the hell out to sugarcoat. And it is who I am. I am bold, I'm to the point, and I'm trying to be someone I'm not are. For someone I will never meet them. So when we're trying to be someone who we not are, we will not land our communication. It will be a hot mess. We will choose to let go of our passion. We will choose to let go of our energy. We will just choose to let go of everything and create so many breakdowns for self because the breakdowns start with we not honor our word, or honor who we are in our identity, and stand by that no matter how messy it is, and stand by that no matter what people will say, because everything in life is a mirror and it's about themselves. When they say something about your identity, they may not like. I just experienced that today. One speaker that did not like who I was, and she jumped out. It is not about me, it is about her. So what is about me? So there's also something Victoria and I will also share into, like who we are, because Victoria and I, we are very different of personality, also in our language, our energy, and we can find a way to connect with like-minded people, no matter what energy they have, no matter the language they have, because I say curse word. I believe Victoria never say curse word, and I say curse word a lot. So she still stay with me and still are there, still
Yes.
seeing me saying a lot of time fucking videos.
Well, I want to jump off of that first. I do also want to apologize to our audience that had to wait because Tanya has delivered all the information and everything that I needed, and so I find it hard to allow her to say that she was in breakdown because she has put on this summit with so much honor and so much integrity. And so I would call myself out as being in breakdown, no matter how intentional we are or seem to be. Then when the breakdown happens, there is definitely something to look at. I also find it so refreshing to be in a space, and that's the reason that I'm so honored to be here, where we don't all talk alike, where we don't all say the same thing, where we are in our integrity. See, if we can't come together and truly be ourselves and find the ways to appreciate one another, then we're not in integrity with ourselves. We are not being as we need to be. It doesn't mean that we have to agree on things. So often I find that people want us to agree, that somehow we have to be in agreement. We don't have to be in agreement, but we do have to be in honor and in respect. And so I thank you so much for this space. I thank you that we are so different.
Okay.
Because when we all just look alike, what is that?
Oh, so true. It's so true. And thank you so much for your words. Oh my God, girl. And it is just so interesting, Victoria. Like every interview is just like topic the speaker choose. It's just like, okay, I can connect that to my life. Like, oh, it is happening today. So there's always like a fresh moment because what is the limited belief in me creating breakdowns? That is me telling myself that I'm not doing it good enough. I will never be successful in creating summits. People do not like me to be pushy. What else believe? Limited belief that people will never choose to be a speaker by me being straightforward, be bold, and just say what I need and ask them for support, and also what can I do with them. So that is few of the limited belief of the many that come up in the last few days. It's been a hot moment, girl. Like I have sweat my clothes off. It has been so hot to be me. So it's just like also like who am I? And
Right.
it's so beautiful for me as a controller promoter to connect with a person as she will share a little bit of more details about who she is. Because as I see you, my love, the voice you have is so soft and elegant and
Thank
farmer
you.
supporter, and it's just so loving of one of my good friends that's to my heart that's called Lorena. You remind me about so much about her. Like you always remind me about what is in my heart, and I get to get connected with my heart. So when I hear your voice, it is remind me about how important it is to be loving to myself and loving to others, and also be soft in me as a person. So thank you so much, my love, for you really showing up with who you are in your amazing videos and stories and talking about God, talking about belief and being bold in your stand, in your belief, and why it's so important for us to connect with Mother Earth, nature, animals as human,
Yes.
as the level as you work with, because I really believe we only find our true identity by connecting with nature.
Yes, yes. I mean, we are to be the stewards of all of creation. I mean, that is our call. That wasn't a suggestion, in other words. It was a command. And not to and I think that that is the problem that so often happens when people start hearing God or hearing Jesus or any of those things. There is a breakdown, I find, so many times, because there has been such a misrepresentation as to what I believe God has called me to mirror and to be. And so my mission is just to say that love is so all encompassing and has so many aspects and should be such a part of our identity. When you talk about being straightforward or hard or any of those things, those are just as much love as a soft word. Those are just as much love. And
Okay.
and people want to compartmentalize it. And
Mm.
but that is part of the limiting belief. That is part of our subconscious mind trying to protect us because we don't want that, because this is what we think that it means. And
Ah,
so that is why my one thing, if anybody here will do one thing that I do, and that is, what is my responsibility in it? And what is my relationship with God and with Jesus, not what other people say about him. See, like when you show up, if someone says something that I know is not who you are, because I have a relationship with you, then I can say, no, that is not right. So, often the saying is, it's a relationship and not a religion. But again, there needs to be more people mirroring that it is a relationship. And so our identity is uniquely and wonderfully made in him. If we will just believe that one part, that we are made in his image, and we look around at the vastness and the beauty of nature, the awe-inspiring, oh, how is that? How is that possible? What kind of mind can come up with that? Then the awe can then spill over into us. Now, I do believe, and this is what I teach, that it does come from a whole spirit.
Yeah.
That it does come from a relationship with Jesus where we have been made whole. Because if we're not whole, then obviously we can't perform, we can't work, we can't serve, we can't do anything to the best of our ability. But I would just say to you that I think that so many things come up against you because you are so powerful. Because there is so much power in your voice and in the things that you have been sent here to create, that you are going to get more warfare. See, I was raised to believe that if you got more warfare, then somehow you were out of God's will. You were not doing what was right. And there is something to that. But mostly, if you look in the scripture time and time again, and that's what I'm saying, everybody, it's a relationship. And don't even listen to exactly what I say. Go in there and find out for yourself in your own room, in your own space, and find out, what does this book really say? Because if that is our inheritance and that is our greatness, then wouldn't it be the greatest thing for the enemy to do to keep us from that? So,
oh my God, really, I'm doing my best right now to keep my tears back.
oh, I'm so glad, because that's what we're here for. We're here to minister to each other, to see the goodness, the greatness that God has put in each of us, because there is not anyone here that will see this interview or that is on this planet that there is not greatness in them. And greatness looks
Amen.
different for everyone. Greatness looks different for everyone. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean that there may not be anyone else that knows your name, but yet you can impact the world.
Yeah, so true. Oh my God. To be honest, it is the first time I say it to myself and say it again and again to myself, that for me, coming from a place to be straightforward, very short, to the point, that I'm coming, and I know I'm coming from the most loving, beautiful place of my being to someone else. And when I'm going into another identity, and live and believe that I get to say something else, to be a supporter, put some love and good word in that, I'm sometimes shaking off, because I choose to be someone I'm not. Of course, I'm 100% understand. One of my friends said to me, Tanja, it's also important for you to say, I'm so nerdy about this, like, how are you? How have you been? Thank you, please. And all these soft words, it's just like, is that connected with who I am? Like, I'm coming from Denmark. I have another language. I have see, also all there, I have limited belief. Like, I'm coming from Denmark. I'm Danish.
You have
I
a
have
whole
other. Oh my God, girl. Oh my God. I was like, this was the first time, it's like, oh, that is the limit be like, I'm from Denmark, I'm Danish, I'm not from USA. That's why I have the language that's like, oh, there is 4 limit beliefs all the way there. I've never said there's a limit belief also. This is self-development for me, right? Not together with you.
See, and the thing for me, what I would say is that means I should give you 4 times the grace, because who is the person when we come to each other,
Yeah.
we should come with a heart of service. And when we come with a heart of service, we should come with enough grace that to be able to have the compassion to see clearly. Now, this is going to be kind of, and it's funny that you say that you're hard and to the point, because around here, my family, I'm very straightforward. But see, I'm being very straightforward. It's strictly a presentation thing, but that is who I am. But this goes back to my grandmother and how my grandmother was. And she was just this joyful, very, very sick, very confined, very limited physically person. Limited, that wasn't right, but physically limited person. And yet she is this larger than life person that also just poured into me loving. I will tell you this one thing about her. She would talk, she could hardly walk. She had had polio as a child. She could hardly breathe. She could hardly walk. And when she got on the phone with someone, first of all, I hope they didn't think it was a short conversation. But next,
Well,
if they were calling to get my grandfather to do their plumbing, I hope they didn't have anywhere to go. But the next thing, the next thing was, if it was a woman, she would at some point in that conversation genuinely, because I saw it day in and day out, genuinely say, I bet you're beautiful.
aw.
And when I was older, I worked at a Methodist hospital and my cousin worked there. And so my grandmother would call to just to say hi or whatever to us. And do you know, I got to see on the other end of that what it was like, because it didn't matter how many times she had talked to you. Every time she was going to tell you, I bet you're beautiful.
Aw.
And so that again is just an impact. We get to choose which things we want to see in other people that could be within ourselves.
Yeah.
If they're not within ourselves, then we should not do it, because the reason it came out for her the way it did is because it was authentically her.
So true. Oh, so beautiful.
So
Yeah.
I so I love that you are just, here I am. This is who I am. And all the people that are telling you to soften up, they're probably going to be in the comments in this interview going, stop it.
Oh, girl. How many times I hear like people say, "Don't say fuck, don't say this," some like all this like I was like,
Right.
it's like trying to finish just like I could just remember like in the past when I really like the limit belief like that one of the limit belief I had in the past that was holding me back from my true identity and really like blossom, be like the wild, free, unlimited soul that I'm on this earth. So fight for being God's force of nature, fight for the nature and the animals. Um, was really like I cannot be successful if people don't understand me.
Right.
And the facts with to be understood, because you know me, girl, like I want to create a global change
Mm-hmm.
in conservation, how we work with nature as a conservist,
Mm-hmm.
that to make a global change, you will be misunderstood so heavily
So much.
to the point people start to understand you. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just so interesting when I have this belief that no one will take me seriously. No one
Mm-hmm.
take me, see me as successful. No one will be with me if they misunderstand me. So I
Mm-hmm.
was feeling in this book, like trying to do and say what everyone want me to say, like thank you, please, see you later, how are you, and be so fake. To be honest, that is like this is not me. To the point that I was really healing my own joy, my energy, my passion, and I chose to do self-harm to myself to shut down for all this like pain and suffering I feel in my whole being
Mm-hmm.
that I'm used to. Like I'm most of my life, I'm 37 years, and close to 35 years, I have been addicted to self-harm. So I know so good how it is to live in darkness, to live in the pain, how it means to really face my demons that is really there to kick me so heavily in the butt for me to lean down on the ground. And it's just so interesting when I hear this, like, you get to be okay with being misunderstood and also create haters as I'm receiving when you choose to do a huge change, because it will push to people's boxes, it will push to people's what do you call, like this, like not confident, was like shame, guilt, blame. It will push to people's nerves and they will go at you, as you know, like we all have an ego, we all have an essence. How the ego is working for us to survive as a human being, to be in our body, we either put it on ourselves, the pain and suffering, or either we will put on others, or either we will put on the society so that we can feel good about ourselves.
Right.
So that is how the ego is working. The ego will release no matter what. Pain people get pain, and people that are judged is in pain, because judgment is one of the 8 different kind of violence, and it's violence. And that means just the person is right there in the moment, not willing to face himself in the mirror, not willing to face something that make them uncomfortable, that make them shake a little bit in the pants, to be so uncomfortable to sweat, so that they put it on someone else, so they don't choose to look at it, because everything is a mirror. And when I learned that, it really set myself free with a person today that was like, don't straight say it forward, I don't like you. She was putting some other words and she was getting off, removed me all over the place. And I was just like, okay, where do I have an energy on it? Where do I have a reaction on it? And if I have that as a choice, there is something for me to look at. Because her choice don't say I'm Velu. Her choice don't make me more less Velu as a person. That is a choice she makes, because that's about her. What is about me is what is coming up in me, so that I can really step into my true identity and let it go of the noises that other people choose of their actions.
Well, that's part of our relationship. When we have a relationship, when we come from our spirit and we have a relationship with Jesus, and we understand that we're made in this image of God, is that we are only responsible for ourselves.
Yeah, amen.
We are only responsible for ourselves and to get out what has been put in us that is supposed to come to this world, because it is coming to this world through us. Now, I will go on to say that it doesn't mean that if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, whatever God's plan will not come to pass. What it means is I don't get to be a part of it. I don't get that joy. I don't get to be the one that is like, and has that satisfaction and that peace. And you know, you said that about being misunderstood. That's one of my prices that I'm willing to pay.
Yeah.
And in HCL, when I took my price that I was willing to pay, the reason that it was so like to me is because I was already misunderstood, and I was misunderstood for the wrong reason. So why in the world not be willing to be misunderstood? Anyway,
oh my God, girl.
Because this was not like new territory.
Oh no. Oh my God. And also in HCL, there is some nerds we will have our whole life. When I heard that first time, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, do I have this nerd for my fucking whole life? I was like, yeah, deal with it. It's like, whoo, that feels uncomfortable. And one of them for me was to be misunderstood. And that is a nerd that is a nerd that always in my whole life will pop up, that I get to create a healthy relationship with, because it will always be a part of me.
Well, and that is true, but we can silence that nerd in the right way, because that nerd is so loud because of our programming.
Yeah.
And even though you hear we talk about limiting beliefs and reprogramming our minds and our thoughts, that biblically in 2 Corinthians 10, there's a whole chapter just about warfare and about our mind and taking captive the thought to the obedience of Jesus. And when we're willing, we're already doing the work, right? We're
Yeah.
already in the space wanting to do what it takes, willing to do what it takes, feeling uncomfortable, being wrong, being in breakdown, whatever the thing is, we're already there anyway.
Yeah.
So when we take captive that thought to the obedience of Christ, what it means there, and so this is something that's not brought up often. What it means there is Jesus has already done everything. You and I don't have to be that kind of savior. We have to
True.
get in our head, come from our heart, align with his word and his purpose, which is honoring and respectful and full of love, and understand what that love means, because there are times that love is, hey, look, you need to straighten up.
Oh yeah, it's like now you get to take your grip together. It's like, oh
Because actually, the word agape love, which is God's love, but unconditional love, see, unconditional doesn't mean anything goes. Unconditional means I will walk through whatever you need me to help you walk through. That's what unconditional means. It
yeah,
means I will not love you only if you fit into this mold. I will not love you only if you do these things, because that's not the love of God.
true.
So it means that I will love you in your mess. I will love you on your good days. I will love you on your bad days. And that word in the Greek actually means one of a kind. It means one of a kind. And so that then again just reiterates that you are one of a kind. There shouldn't be anyone else like you, and you shouldn't be like anyone else. And no one in our audience should be like anyone else.
Yeah, true.
I'm using the same verses. I'm talking about the same Jesus, and yet I'm going to say everything in a different way because it's coming through my experience and my relationship.
Yeah. So it is like it is so interesting when I learned to I did not really understand what it means to like connect with God to the day
Mhm.
that like I was literally praying out of
Mhm.
my lungs. The 21
Mhm.
April, 21 April 2019. That was the first time I
Mhm.
was looking at the sky. I was
Mhm.
praying my lungs out to give me a sign. That was the first time I really get a believer or choose to be a believer, because
Right.
it is a choice I
Right.
made in that moment, to God, because I was praying for a sign to save my life. And
Mhm.
I was
Mhm.
so long down in the most darkest place of them all. Like when you are on the edge to planning to take your life, you are out of like lined in just having a suicide thought, because most
Mhm.
of us have them when you are
Right.
when you are stressed, pressed down, like really stressed.
Mhm.
Suicide thought is a part of it. It will happen. There's a huge gap to where you're planning, because there, sorry to say, there you fucked. And why I used that word was because I heard that from someone when I said I was close to saving my life in
Mhm.
2018. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, you are in your 30s, like, so you are fucked. Yeah, I was fucked because
Mhm.
I was in so deep shit. So
Mhm.
for someone to speak in my mind, get to be so loud and clear with so much love. And there was on that moment when I was praying for a sign to give me some sign, because I was like, I did not know what to do because I did so many things to just shift.
Mhm.
It was There was a silence of like, imagine the water, you stand on the beach, the water is just silence.
Mhm.
The wind is not there. It is so beautiful. There's just like this quiet of silence when you're with the oceans. Like water is one of the seven or five elements of nature. There's like
Mhm.
cleaning the spirit, cleaning the being, and water is so strong to pass a small
Mhm.
hole to make a
Mhm.
big one.
Mhm.
Was still earthing.
Mhm.
And I was like, what is fucking going on? So on that point, I chose to be a believer because I was in so much darkness, and no matter what people say and did, like they could not really get in, like in my soul and touch it, so that I could choose to something else.
Right.
So that was the first time I really chose to be a believer, and I learned what does it mean to let go of it, like to pass it over to God. I do little, like when I'm in nature, I'm doing like I'm with my body. I was like, I'm passing over to you.
Yeah.
I was like, please take it. Take it from me. And sometimes when I go in nature, sometimes I trust God. So I trust God. He knows what to take from me without me knowing what I need to let go of. I just feel this like heaviness. There's like cloud over me, like I need to let go of this. Whatever I get to let go of, I know you choose whatever you get to let go of, and I know you will make your shift in my mind so that I can be a listener and be a warrior in your what you call memory or legacy of making a change in the nature of the life force that is on this earth. Yeah.
Yes. And that's so beautiful. And I'll also tell you that you're saying that about water and how powerful water is, water is also the representation of Holy Spirit. And so in the Hebrew. And so it's all connected. It all makes sense if we will just stop.
Yeah.
And if we
Take a
will just
break.
stop. There are many times that I will just say to someone, just breathe, just stop, just take a breath, just breathe. Okay.
And if person says just like, I cannot breathe, if you say that to me, her fear is like, I was saying I get to breathe, I cannot breathe. And the person says, you get to go in nature and hug a tree. It's like, oh, what? Do I get to hug a tree? I was like, hug a tree, and it just make me breathe. Oh my God, it's so fun. It's so fun how different we are, because when I'm just in the nerd part, I'm just like, what the? I'm just like, the little girl like, I don't want to.
Oh, but that again, it's so wonderful that we can come on here across the globe and we can exhibit just what authenticity looks like. And you know what it looks like? Like nothing you've ever seen.
Yeah. Why are they really doing that? Oh yeah, we are really doing this.
We're really doing that. We are really doing that. We are really doing that.
Oh my gosh, so good, girl. So I love the limited. Oh my God.
Limiting beliefs. I hope
Exactly.
I'm here
Oh
for you.
girl, I know you are. So listen to her, because my voice like about your true identity. Like we get to really choose to be on the path in connection with the Holy Spirit, or connect with God, connect with Jesus. Whatever you choose out there, it is the right thing for you to choose. Sometimes it's very easy for me to choose like connect with God. Sometimes it's a hot mess, and I say spirits of nature. So whatever you choose out there, choose that, and choose the wording out there that feel comfortable or feel easy for you, to the point where you will find a way what God means to you. And it's different. It's different, and it's okay to look at it or create your own belief around it. You just get to make a choice. So for you to really go through that, the limited, oh my God.
Limiting
Belief
beliefs.
is you get to be honest with yourself, you get to be authentic with yourself, you get to surround you with people in your life that really see through the mist, see through, like really see your heart. And a person can only see your heart if they see their heart. So Victoria can only see my heart through my, like, I need this, please do this, can you please stop this? She can only see my heart through that when she see her own heart. And you get to be around people that have done the work, so that you find a way into your own heart. That was the way for me to really face what was hiding me, for really connecting with my identity, my true identity, was really surround me with people that have done the work and that is doing the work, and there's authentic, there's a personality in it, there is will, there's raw, that allowed me to connect with me because it was so straightforward that it make a safe place for me to be in. And that is something I really love about you, Victoria. Like it's the first time we see each other on Zoom. We've supported each other on each other's posts, and I'm just like, oh, I love this. Like, if you never met each other, it's like, oh, I feel just so connected with you. It is just so interesting. You are, to be honest, you are the first person that I feel so connected with, and we comment each other's posters. We send each other's message, and we're not really have like a long conversation. So for have this conversation, I feel I just get to have a call with a friend I've known for many years.
I do
so
too.
It's so interesting to you guys, like to really get connected with a friendship, a person. You don't need like face to face, the touch. You can create something else, and that is also limited belief. Because when I asked my mom, like my mom said to me, girl, you get to find some friends in Denmark. Like, I have friends. No, you get to find friends in Denmark. Like, I have friends.
Right.
Because I create this, I let go of the limits I believe that I need to have friends. I can touch, I can hug, I can kiss, I can smell, I can see. No. That is just something that is limit me for what is opportunity to find like-minded people and people that is on the same level as I am in this moment.
Yes. Again, another one of the great things about the time that we live in, right? Because my dear friend Rebecca, I'm not sure if she's where she is, but she'll be seeing this video at some time. She's the only other person I know from Denmark. She lives in Rwanda. My other friend, Pastor Evans, he's on here from Kenya. And I mean, these people are dear to me. I mean, being able to hug them could not make me love them any more than I love them. And so we get to not be confined to, because I think many of us would agree that generally we are the one person in a sea of people and where we were born, whether they be our family or our friends or whatever. And we're the one that's got this spark, got this vision, got this different way of looking at things. Again, I think that that's part of our training. That's part of whether it be the enemy or whether it be God giving us strength. We are in an area that we are going to have to do the work until we find the people that we can then be like, yes, I see you. That's awesome. That's not how I would do it. Doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, true.
Doesn't matter because I don't do things like anybody. I mean, I really don't. I'm very different.
That is what I like about you. Like, I like people that is
very different.
It's like, oh yes, I love it. Show me more.
Different. So I love being around people that are different. And we find those people we can learn from, and then we find those people that we can reach back and that we can love, and that also. But the truth is that within all of us, there is a greatness that has been placed to impact the world.
Yeah. Amen.
But most people, and I hate that it is most, and I really watch my words, but most people will not do the work. They will not do the work. But it's because they don't believe that their identity has value and worth, and that what is in them is a benefit and a blessing to this world.
True.
So anyway.
And also to that point, to share on that point where you are, like, when I heard that first time, when a person say I was in a system with, like, session with, where I find out I had PTSD, borderline, and depression, he said to me, Marcel, welcome to be adult. I was like, what? I get an adult when I was 18. I was like, no. I was like, what? What are you talking about? You get first adult when you have healed your childhood. And I was like, what? That was
Mhm,
also what you're saying is he also said that. I was like, many people, as I said, I could just remember, I say, many people die as a child. So he said, yes, many people die as a child because
mhm,
they are not willing to heal the childhood. They are not willing to heal the past. And
mhm,
that means to really do the work that is necessary, that make us so freaking uncomfortable sometimes. That is the path, that is the way we get to do, to
mhm,
really owning who we are, to really finding, creating, and becoming our true identity and
mhm,
stay in it to come to the point to say, I chose my past and I own it. Like I own everything that's in my past. And it made me a better person. No matter how painful it is, it made me a better person of myself.
mhm.
So it is so true. Like most people not do the work.
And
Most people not pay the prices because the prices that
mhm,
I pay of emotions, call old
mhm,
ex-boyfriend, call old friends, like really doing some cleaning in myself, it is freaking uncomfortable. So
mhm.
to pay the prices, like I have paid and a tons of prices that is when I look back, it's just like, oh, did I pay that? I was like, oh, would I pay that now? I was like, maybe.
But it's also it's masked, it's veiled. The scripture tells us that it's with unveiled face that Jesus and by his Holy Spirit we're able to see things we can't see.
Yeah.
Because just like we were talking about being misunderstood anyway,
Oh
that
yeah.
that I said that was a price I was willing to pay, but I was already paying it.
Oh my God, amen.
It's not growing and doing the work isn't because you're in this wonderful place. You're already in a terrible place. You're already miserable. Do so. You're already crying yourself to sleep at night, or you're overeating, or you're drinking, or you're doing whatever. You're already a mess. So it's not like you're like, oh man, life is so good. Everything's great. Because no matter what it looks like out here, we know inside that
It's like,
it's, yeah. So everybody, let's all just keep doing the work.
oh yeah, true. And also our mess is our message. That is
Right.
something that also really
Exactly. It
also
is.
something it also something that set
Yes.
myself free is just like if I'm not willing to be messy,
Right.
I'm not willing to embrace my message that
Mhm.
will transform, impact people that I have been put on this earth to make a change in their life. So if
Exactly.
I'm not willing to be messy,
Mhm.
I'm not willing to be the light that God bring me on
Mhm.
this earth to be for other living beings.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And
Amazing.
this lie of some sort of perfection to where it all looks right, I'm not saying that doesn't happen. There are people that I hope that each of us, as we continue on our journey, there will be um, a better correlation between how we're able to show up and what we're able to do. But it's all part of the process. And that's why testimony is so important, because if I get everything all polished up and it's still authentic, that's great. But someone that sees me, that the enemy in their mind can then say, well, you could never look like that. No, go back and look at some of my things that I did at first.
Oh my God.
Come look at this message where my hair keeps falling in my eyes. Come, come and see.
Oh girl, when I see some old things like, oh yeah, I was that girl.
So, it's every belief is a limiting belief that is not moving the needle forward to the success that is you.
Oh, so good.
Every other thing is a limiting belief. And whether we were taught that or whether we are embracing that or wherever it came from, we just need to make sure. And that's why I always bring it back to the Word of God. Because if you can believe, and not you, but if all of us would believe or just pose this question as to maybe think about believing, that if God exists and he is God and he created everything, if you can get to that point, then, and there are these promises of wholeness and salvation, and salvation means in every area. It doesn't just mean you don't go to hell. Salvation, so there's so much out there that is accurate but inaccurate because of the way that it's given. So that's why I say, go, just you and I, go get the word and say, show me the promises. And then when God says that I am able to do all things in Christ, when I am able to cast my cares on him, every burden, I'm not supposed to carry them. I'm supposed to give them to him, that I can do all things, that his spirit is in me. So I should shine like a city. When he says that I can raise the dead, heal the sick, it doesn't matter how crazy that sounds. What is wrong with having a place up here that is so high that we are working toward becoming, believing that, because I do believe that. My son has seen that. I was sick for 20 years, for 18 years, 10 years, I was in bed. My children had to be raised by my parents. Do you know why? I believe because I was so condemned. I had been molested. My mother didn't. We had a real hard relationship. There were so many things that had happened in my life. And what I had been told is I just had to please God. I had to please God. I had to please God. Well, I don't know how to please God. And there was so much condemnation and so much self-loathing. That's another reason why when you say conquer the mirror demon, for me, it was in a different way. It's a different context, but it landed with me because I would sit in my sink and cry and talk to myself and try to get myself through to the next thing. And then I just started, when I was alone, I didn't have anybody around, everybody was gone, off living their lives. Then I just started talking to God and asking him to show me. And he's like, I love you. I've got great things for you. I'm not mad at you. I'm not disappointed in you. I have people that you can help, and I started believing differently.
Yeah.
I started believing differently. Now I lived every single day in excruciating pain. I now have no pain whatsoever, as you can see. I am very animated. I'm very much here. And but that was why what you believe is everything.
Yeah.
What you believe is everything, and don't let anyone keep you. Because when people try to put us in their boxes, they're trying to keep us in a way, and you know this, they're trying to keep us in such a way that they feel comfortable with how it should go.
Yeah, also like what you talk about, Tanya, you get to talk like this.
Mm-hmm.
Tanya, you get to be like this so that I can be comfortable around you. I had a friend in my life that was so dear to my heart, and it was a hard moment for me to choose to let go of this person because this person chose to be not in relationship with me for a few months
Mm-hmm.
because he chose a surface level relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And what we have a call around there was he did not want to take responsibility for his life. And that was something I brought up in him when he had a connection with me. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like, that is who I am. So you just choose to be out because you don't like me
Mm-hmm.
to break that up. Like I choose, no matter how uncomfortable it is, I will always take the stance that make it so freaking uncomfortable for someone I love. Because
Yeah,
I will not be a good friend if I'm not taking a stand, no matter how I feel, and be willing to pay the price of the person choose to go.
that is absolutely 100% right. That's it.
So, yeah.
That's it. That is absolutely it.
Yeah.
And
And also,
if we only surround ourselves, if we only surround ourselves or willing to surround ourselves with the people that fit in those boxes and all of that stuff. I don't actually know what it's like because I've always been so different, but I see it, and it just doesn't look like living to me.
Oh, it's horrible, girl. Like,
It
I lived there
just,
most of my life. It's horrible to live in that box or trying
yeah,
to fit in or being
yeah,
like a being pleaser, see the right
yeah,
things, see the right term, shut up and don't say
yeah,
all the curse word, like really. And it's just like, and I quit breakdowns for myself and I get sick. My body
yeah,
have a
yeah.
huge
It makes you
reaction and I
sick.
get sick. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That is absolutely right. Well,
So
that's
one
one of the
of,
great things about being an only child. I was always kind of alone with just my animals. So when I was told all the things, like just like you, when I was told all those things, then I was alone anyway. So that was something that it hurt, but it hurt in a different, it didn't hurt
yeah,
in the same
so
way.
true. Oh my
I
God.
just I
Yeah,
was just alone. So
so
what were you
true.
gonna ask me? I'm sorry.
And no, to be sorry. And thank you so much for sharing. One of the things that come up in before we are wrapping up and you get to
Yes.
share what the free gift we have to the dear audience that is watching this interview is whatever the guys, whatever that come up in your mind, like a picture, word, as I get like sell everything, a picture in your mind that I get for, I believe, a little bit over 1 year, I quit a school for
Mhm.
young girls, like whatever that come up in your mind is
Uh,
God that's speaking to you. You are the person to create that you are receiving. So
yes.
receiving for me to sell everything in the most darkest time of my life, did not want to live on this earth. It
Mhm.
was a hot moment for me to choose something
Yeah.
else. And
Yeah.
I used all my being, like I was a hot mess. For me to choose to believe on signs, that
Hmm.
sign, that voice, that two words, sell
Hmm.
everything, saved my life.
Hmm.
So I'm a huge believer, whatever that comes to your mind of word, of
Hmm.
pictures,
Hmm.
sense of taste, like whatever that comes to you,
Hmm.
is because you are the person in this moment, in right now in this moment, to create whatever that is in you. The question is, do you choose it? Because there in that lying your true identity. If you
Hmm.
choose to say no, you are choosing to live in the past. You're choosing to be a child. You're choosing to not doing the work, and you're also choosing your limited girl.
Limiting beliefs.
Yes. And on that point, to act on what you are here to create, you get to surround you with people that always hold you high, no matter how hot mess you are. Like I was a freaking hot mess in the beginning in this call. And I'm a huge believer that to Victoria, she will hold the space. She's like, oh, this is just Sand that gets to just be with her emotions. And she will come back again. I was like, I was coming back again because it's just a time of life. And I get to just sometimes
Right.
to just be in. I was like, okay, now we let it go of it because it's a choice to let it go of it.
Hmm. Well,
Yeah.
I could completely understand. I mean, with all that you all the moving parts of what you're dealing with, and it comes from a place of passion. That's another thing, that when we will put ourselves in that empathy, hold one another high, compassionate place of real love, that unconditional love, then we ought to be able to say, well, yeah, sure, she's not happy and upset. I'm in the wrong Zoom room. I don't have the right link. I don't have the right link in the thing. Um, what's the problem? Why make it about me? It's not about me. It's about us
Oh,
getting on here. It's about us getting on here and connecting with our audience, and
oh.
exhibiting that life can change.
True, true. And also like one of the big lessons, I also will limit the belief.
Limiting.
Yes,
I'm
is
your limiting belief person. Just let me know when you need to say it.
I'm just calling
I'll
Victoria, can you please say
well,
this to all
yeah,
people?
I'll make a little audio for you, and you can just hit the button.
Oh girl, sometimes you Google Translate like, wait a moment. And I was like, how do I say this? And I was like, please listen to this word. Oh god damn it. Oh my god, I just lost it. What was my point? Oh my God, girl.
It's so good. It's
Yeah,
so good
one
because
of,
you needed this release.
oh my
You
God, girl.
needed this
And I
release.
was a huge, like, when you have, guys, I cannot say, I share this from the deepest, more empathy, compassion place of life. Like, it took me years to really understand how critical it is to choose people that
Mhm,
always hold you high, no matter how fucking miss you are. No
mhm,
matter what is coming out of your mouth, no matter what you choose, no matter what self-harm or violence you do to yourself, it is so critical you choose to be around people that see you as a being and not seeing you as the choice you made.
mhm. Right.
And it is like, I cannot say that it is so critical. And I also know the struggling, the heaviness, the price you get to pay to come to that. And it's always coming to your identity, to be willing to do the work no matter what you get to do, because I have faced some demons. And why I say demons, as you know, is because I saw demons. Like,
Mhm. Right.
I was
Right.
sick. Like, I
Yes.
had a sickness
Yes.
in my brain that
Right.
saw the demons.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a bad place. So you get to be willing to face whatever you get to face, and you get to be around people that is not afraid for you to say heavy
Right.
words like demons, like hell, or to
Mm-hmm.
die. Because
Mm-hmm.
I am a very expressive girl, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just so interesting. You can't find people that is totally different. Victoria and I, we are similar, and we also so
So
different
different. Yes.
people.
Mm-hmm.
And you can out there, you can create that kind of beautiful relationship as Victoria and I have together, and we are building stronger every day.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't let it go of the belief that is also possible for you. And I know I did not thought it was possible for me, because I thought I'm only loved when I was in pain.
Mm-hmm.
And you are so much more than your pain, and your pain is your biggest, as I see it, your biggest gift, your biggest strength for you to go through it. It will be a power, it will be a wisdom other people need.
Mm-hmm.
So really do the work, guys, and
Yes.
surround you with people as Victoria that is there next to you no matter where you are, that see you as a being, as a living soul, as the spirits, and there see through whatever you have chosen, because you are not your choice you just made for one
Mm-hmm.
minute ago.
Right.
And Victoria, I know you have amazing free gift to the dear audience. Can you please share that, what that is in it for them?
Yes, my free gift is 21 videos. 21 videos that correspond with my book, but I made it in such a way that you do not have to have the book. And so it is 21 videos. It's a 21-day renewal challenge where you can pop me on every day and pop me on every day. And we will go through the process of changing your mindset, or at least renewing your mind, or somewhere in there we will find something. I do believe that every day you will find some sort of benefit. And now, even though it's a 21-day challenge, what I would also recommend is that you take it slow, because these are life-changing things. This is, I mean, when you start taking captive your thoughts, when you start realizing that your words are creative, when you there's various aspects, the different armor, the spiritual warfare, all the things. So I would suggest maybe even you could go through it, but then go back, because it is, as we are saying today, it's a lifelong process. It's a lifelong process. And this story, this came from, it's not my story, like I'm telling you my story through the book. What it is the things that I implemented, what I did. There are some things that I literally did, that I show in there. You talk about your phone. I would go on my phone, and I decided that there was something I wanted to learn in Hebrew. And so there's some fun things like that in there. It's real light. It's not heavy. It is life changing. It is real. It's real work. It's not an overnight 21 days. My whole life is different. It's not that. But so that is my gift. It's a playlist that I've created from that challenge. And anyway, you can also, if you contact me through social media or through my website or any of those things,
There's your
then
Instagram, guys.
yes,
You can see on the video here, Victoria and I, we next to each other. So her Instagram is just
mhm,
there. So to you
mhm.
guys that's watching this live, when you choose, and we really wish you to choose, you choose it, get to choose it, you get to choose it. You can
Mhm.
always find Victoria by her Instagram name and send her a message on Instagram, and she will connect
Yes, and
you whatever you
if
get
you
to connect
say
with.
that you saw me here, then I'm also going to give you a free call. So,
Nice. Oh, that's
but
what,
but
like, yeah.
so you can download the playlist first. Then if you have those questions from there, or if you just have a question, now you will have to say that you saw us here because and I'm gonna do a free 45-minute call. So, and you can bring a question and we'll unpack some sort of answer that will get you on your way and help.
Nice. And guys, the link to the video, as Victoria just said about, is in the chat here on Zoom. And you guys watching on YouTube, when you go down below, you get to get access to the summits, and you will get access to that on the second page. So you get to get access right now, so that you also get her free gift in an email, because we are sending out by the next 24 hours. So you get to get access here. When you are after that time, you can always find Victoria on her Instagram and always connect with her there. So there's opportunities for you to connect with her, and also to get to learn, to see what she are here to bring in your life of transformation. And it is a life journey. 20 minutes, it is a good kickstart. I
Mhm.
always say it takes at least 3 to at least 6 months. It took
Yes,
me 17 years to learn
yes,
healthy relationships. So guys, sometimes it takes a long time. Know that self-development is just like, woo,
that's
I get to
right.
sleep on it and I'm a new person. No,
Yes.
it is work. And so Victoria, the last thing that I would love you to say is like, what advice would you give with the wisdom you have now to your 20 years old you?
The advice I would have is to not let anyone or anything keep me from going in full force to those dreams and visions and things that I know are in my heart. To go ahead and to understand that I am not ever alone, that is a lie. And so I may not be in a room with people at that moment, or in a home or a family where I feel inspired. I may feel like I'm in a cage, but there are people out there, and you will connect with them and you will find them. And don't let anything stop you. Get started. Get started.
Yeah, and so beautiful. And Victoria, I is approved on it by our lifestyle, so it will happen. You get to choose it.
Yes.
So to you, Muturi for
And what?
Kenya, your friend
Oh,
that's
yes,
online.
yes. Pastor Evans.
So
Yes.
so if you have some questions, or if you like to share something, you have opportunities to do it now. Is time okay for you, my love,
Yes.
Victoria?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
we have gone on
Everything.
the time. Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
No,
Okay.
everything's
I like to
fine.
appreciate the time.
No, no, no. Whatever we need to do.
So Mutsuri events. Oh God, names. Oh, there's a name fighting.
Evans. Evans.
Evans, if you have some questions for Victoria, or feel called to share something, please raise your hand or get on mute. I will ask you to unmute if you would like to say
And
something.
we'll have another language. We'll have
Oh
a
my
whole
God, yeah,
different
Kenya
accent. We'll
from
have a whole
Africa.
nother accent going. That is my dear brother. He is a wonderful, wonderful human being, and I'm so honored that he took the time to be here. I know there's other people that are going to that were going to show up, but maybe they showed up on YouTube, and so
they have
maybe,
opportunity to see this afterwards. You have always the
yes,
link to share.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
You have get unmute. Evans, can you hear us?
Thank you, ladies. I want to thank you, ladies, and I pray that you.
The internet is cutting off. Can you still hear us, Evans? Join as a guest. Or maybe his internet is going in and out.
Maybe.
Go for it, Evans.
My network is not good.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Do you hear me? What I'm saying is that my network is not good, but I've been following your conversation, and it is powerful. It's my prayer that we continue the next level. Thank you so much, my sister Victoria, and the host, Tanja, Andersen. Is that correct?
Yeah,
yes.
nice. Yeah, so correct. Yeah.
And Moturi Evans.
Oh, Maturi Evans.
Right? Okay. Thank you so much, because I have a challenge of network. I cannot continue from here because of my. God bless you.
Oh, I believe on. So what I hear, I've just asked you to unmute yourself again if you jump on. So what I hear you sing Matsui. Oh, I hope you say your name correct now. Matsui.
Got it.
Is we will continue this talk for over the Christmas time, and you always have Victoria and I in your corner. So we will continue this work because Victoria, my love, you are just all about what Concamio means on your own way, and it was a huge blessing and huge gift for you to be here, and the leadership you have shown up in, the support you have been for me. Like, I cannot say this enough, that you are a huge part of this movement around Concamio Demon, and being the voice for breaking the silence to heal the violence that we human doing to ourselves, we human doing to nature as the animals. You are huge, a big voice that really speaking light into that area. And you're also a big part of my life, for my journey, for my growth, for my transformation to be the follower of God, to make his, so that my life purpose ends with me. So when I'm gone from this earth, my spirits go back to nature, so that my spirits, as I believe, don't go back another living being again. So my spirits after me will be free, because I will do everything that gets to be needed to make his purpose with my soul happen.
That's so wonderful. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here. It's been such a blessing. This has been just the most wonderful time to be here with you. And it is just so much joy. I've loved this interview. I have loved it so much. We hope y'all love it.
Oh, girl, I want to talk longer time.
We loved it. We hope that we served you all, because we continue to serve you all, but we loved it.
We 100% love it. You served me, girl. You served me. I saw so many limited times, but oh, that's it. Oh, for limited, please, like, oof.
That's
I
right.
have to look at that.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my God, so interesting. And one thing is like what I heard for someone, if we're not willing to look at it, we are not willing to do the work. I was like, oh, dang it. If I'm
Right.
not willing to let go of my sugar, if I'm not willing to let go of my bread, if I'm not willing to be uncomfortable when I wake in the morning, like I'm not willing to follow the plan with my soul. I was like, oh, dang it. That is so uncomfortable for me. These three things in my life. I was like, oh, yeah. So girl, it was a blessing. Like I could stay here a long time with you.
I
Like
know, I could too. I could too. I could keep
there's so much.
talking.
Oh my gosh. So this is a big topic. Congratulations, you Lisa. You are powerful. Oh, thank you so much. Likewise, and thank you so much for sharing your voice. It was nice to hear your voice. To be the next little connect with you. Africa loves you. I've been in Tanzania. I love Tanzania. I'm coming to Africa again one day because I have a partnership down there. They want me to get down there and show videos from the wild animals and all that fun stuff. So I'm coming to Africa one again.
Well, I've got to go to Africa too one day. So
who knows?
We can go together.
We two will go to Africa together, and with Lorena, we will go to Guatemala together. So, oh my God, yeah. It is ending with traveling alone.
I know, and they will be like, what are those two doing together?
They're so different and so like alike still. Oh girl, that would be amazing. I will catch you up on that. It's like, girl, I'm planning. Are you ready to plan? Like I will keep you on that. Like when I plan to get to Africa, it's like, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. It's so great. Well, thank you everyone that gets to watch this. Thank you so much. Continue to support this project, this summit, because I know it is so dear to your heart and it is so needed. And I just thank you so much for all that it must take to put this together and to put it on. I can't imagine. And you will not see me inviting you to a 24-day summit anytime soon.
Okay.
I am not quite ready for that.
Next time I will choose a VA.
Yes.
Oh, girl.
Well, thank you, love. Do you need anything else from me? Is there anything else I can do?
No, I'm good. And thank you so much for sharing that. And thank you so much for being a personal life. Thank you for choosing me in everything that gets to be chosen with my shifting and changing. And I'm doing these days. And it is a huge blessing. Like really, 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 really like one person to you out there. Like it takes one person to believe in you. It takes one person to stand for you, no matter what you're going through, for you to choose the journey, for you to choose to go through it. It takes one person to see you so that you can choose the change you get to make on this earth. It takes one person. And if you do not have that person, as I have experienced in my life, I always go out in nature. And nature has always been that part of me, to the part that I'm choosing to create deep relationship, that the price that's willing to pay with relationship is experience loss or experience sadness and sorrow with choosing to let someone go. So there's always price to pay for you to go to next level. And it takes one person to see you, to believe in you, for you to break through whatever you get to go through it, so that you can step into the true identity in you. So you get to find it, you get to do the work so that you can become the person that you are meant to be on this earth, in your spirit, in your lifetime. So thank you everyone, and thank you so much, Victoria, to be a light in my life. And I know you're also a light in other people's life, because if you are that in my life, girl, you're also that for others.
Well, thank you. You are a light in my life too. You bring great joy. You bring great joy to me because you're so passionate, and I know you're so dedicated. And I think it's great. I mean, believe me, what I'm saying is just as straightforward as everything you're saying. It's just I have a Southern accent, so it sounds a little nicer. Maybe that's all.
I don't know.
I don't know. Because I'm telling you, y'all, we are telling y'all, just go out and do the work.
And you're finding people that choose you, because
Yes,
it is
yes,
a 100-100 relationship. You get to both choose each
absolutely.
other, and you will find a way. Like, one of the things, the last thing I learned, I'll give you with the relationship also, like, your true identity, you only become by being with people that's doing the work.
Yes.
So knowing this tool, as I learned, like, I have my island, like, this is my island, Victoria
Mhm.
have her
Mhm.
islands, and
Mhm.
we're building an island together.
Mhm.
So that
So
is a tool I learned from one of my coaches that was so powerful, because what I did was open boundaries. Like,
Mhm.
all people could go on my island to say, to do whatever they choose to do, and I allowed them. No,
Mhm.
you get to invite people over to your island with putting a bridge to say, okay, I allowed you to go on my island to give me feedback, to give me support, to
Mhm.
give me coaching. And
Mhm.
some people will say, where did I ask for you feedback? They say,
Mhm.
you did not ask. Okay, please respect. I will ask you when I need your feedback. And you
Mhm.
get to know your boundaries, so that
Yes.
you really honor your spirits, honor your
Yes.
time, money, and who you are on this earth. So it's so critical you choose to be around people that
It is.
honor themselves, so that you also can learn to honor yourself. Because
Mhm.
I did not learn to honor myself by, like, oh, I get to honor myself. No, I chose to be around people that honor them. So
That's
they was a mirror, so they was a
yes.
role model, so that I could see, how does that look like? And
Right.
I choose to see how that was for me. And that way I learned what is the right way for me to honor myself,
Mhm.
by being around people that do the work, so that I can mirror them, try
Yes.
things out, so that I can find and create my way
Mhm.
through all the stories, emotions, actions we have in our past, to clutter that away, to
Absolutely.
become true to who I choose to be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. I love that.
I leave Job. No, I don't know then. Press on. I leave you with Job. There's
Job
something about the
36.
Bible.
Job 36:5. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see.
Girl, I get to buy a Bible. I have it on my app.
Oh, that's all right. You all right, let's see what we've got from Kenya. Job 35:6. 35:6. Let's see what version we're gonna do here. Let's do. If thou sinnest, what does thou sin against him? Or if thou transgress, it be multiplied. What does it do unto him? So, in other words, when we do things against ourselves, it is multiplied.
Oh,
And yes, so when we, a lot of times if people hear the word sin, they misconstrue what that means, but it just means that we're not being true to ourselves. When we are not true to ourselves, then it multiplies in a bad way, in a negative way, because that is not how God made us. He made us to be wonderful mirrors of himself.
oh my
So,
God, so true.
so,
In
so good. I
that is
love you.
perfect. That is perfect. Oh God, that is like spot on. Oh
So,
girl.
all right. Well, I guess we have to go. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my God, girl. We can, like, I could stay a long time with girl. We get to have a call
hanging out.
again, just you
Let's
and I,
hang out.
just hanging out on Zoom with a cup of coffee, tea, whatever we get to, just like
That's
having
it.
conversation.
Just hanging out on Zoom. Y'all come meet us in the Zoom room.
Like creating a Zoom, like, come and take a coffee with you with Victoria and I, and talk about this topic.
That's
So,
right.
like,
See,
yeah,
you
could
may
be.
be speaking something we need to do. We may need to do that. So yeah.
It's like the light conversation. Come and join
That's
this talk with
That's
the coffee.
right. That's right. Bring your questions and bring
Yeah,
your
bring your questions.
bring your questions.
I will take you on that one because
All right.
we are really good to talk around deep topics. So I appreciate that with you, that you are really going deep. You are brave, you are bold, you are vulnerable, and I really, really, really honor that. That I really, 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 really wishes and hoping I know that it's like the small mind. Like I really invite, I will say I invite you to really go to Victoria's Instagram, to follow her on Instagram, send her an Instagram message on what is your takeout from this issue and share that with her.
Yes.
Because choose that no matter what has come up in you, there's always something to share. So we will invite you to go to her Instagram, go to link in the comment here on Zoom, and also go on the YouTube to get access to the summits to receive her free gift and her information, all that you get to know by going to link below. And if it's not there anymore, you always have her Instagram link to find her. So thank you so much, my love.
Thank you
so much, everyone, to watching this here. We would love to know what is your takeout. Also, please comment this video. What is your takeout, so that you supporting and being alive for someone else, because the voice you have right now, one person needs to hear that today. That is, I believe you with this, guys. One coach said to me, if you choose to say no to make a live video each day, you are being selfish. And there's something stuck in me. I was like, oh, snap.
That's absolutely right.
Because there is one person out there that needs to hear your voice every day, and you get to share that. Whatever way you choose to share it, you get to share it. To be a light for someone else in their journey to connect with their true identity. So thank you, everyone. I wish you a beautiful day. Goodbye. How do you say that? Kanihini? Kanihini? Bye. Maybe it's on African language. I have no clue how to say that word.
Let me see. Oh, I don't know how to say that word either, but it means bye.
Yeah, bye. Oh. I know there's like around like 200 something language in Africa. As I remember, it's like crazy. When I heard that first, like, what? There's many languages. Oh my God. Okay, girl. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Evans, I guess. Sorry, Evans. That is like best word for me to say. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you everyone for being. We wish you merry.
Ah, he's back.
Back in business. Say it again, my friend. Evans. Muti.
Morty.
Do you call him Muti?
I always call him Pastor Evans just because on social media. I just want to be respectful on social media. He's like he's my dear younger brother, only younger brother. He calls me his only big sister.
Oh, I saw that. It's like, oh, so cute.
Yeah. So he helped me on my radio broadcast for a year. He just selflessly would show up in the comments and help me and put all kinds of information. He is such a generous, giving man.
Oh my God. Yeah. I really like people from Africa have different kind of mindset and different kind of like way to go to, and they are so loving, like the way they speak to someone, and just like the way they speak, I feel so appreciated just with the wording they're using. It's just like so nice. We get to end. I'm a talker, girl. We are two talkers.
We better go.
We get to go.
Bye everyone.
Bye everyone.